doing is I'm moving as little as possible. Like look at like if even less. I'm gonna show you an exercise. It's the craziest exercise, and it takes so much control to do it. Check it out. You're gonna roll, so you're gonna play, right? And the pick doesn't go flat on the string. It turns up just a little bit, so you use the tip of it. Now this is all you're gonna do. You're gonna go from a little bit in, and then you're gonna move it to the bottom, and then back to the top. But you're not gonna let the pick leave the string. You're going to roll the tip of the pick to the bottom of the string and then back to the top. And you go like this. And you barely push it like through the string at all. This is such a weird exercise, but if you watch how little I'm actually moving the pick right now, because I'm always touching the string, now when I do this, that's how much I have to move the pick. If I, like, you're going to roll it over, stop, roll it over, stop, roll it over, and it's weird. Why we do that is we don't want the pick to ever leave the string, right? And then what that helps us do, and we don't want it to go like this, like too far in and in. It's just like the very tip of the pick rolls over, and then goes back over, and then goes back to the top, and then back to the bottom, but you never let it leave the string. Now the reason, and this is just, it seems like such a dumb exercise, right? Watch, because if I do it, bottom, top, I'm not letting it leave the string, so it's never actually picking a note. But look, if I can then start moving this with that much control, right? I'll get a little click sound, and then eventually that's what that kind of fast stuff is having that much control. None of it comes from your forearm. And that's why if you're lifting up here, if you're doing this, like if I'm playing super light, if I'm doing this, and then I want to go faster, and my idea to go faster is this, it's never going to work. You can play as loud and as hard as you want when you're playing slowly. You know, if I'm doing, I can like really drill into that, right? If I want to do fast, the faster I want to get, the softer I'm gonna have to get, and the less I'm gonna have to move. And eventually, when you can get this sort of, when you can get that, like you can just end up doing it all day because you're not overexerting. You're actually using barely. It's almost like if you go outside and run as fast as you can, right? And like even running like as fast as you can, like holding your dog, okay? You're gonna get so tired quickly. But if you go outside and you just kind of like stretch, you know what I mean, and do like some light jumping jacks and like, you know, some yoga or whatever, like you could do that all day without getting super tired. That's kind of like what this is. Right? But if I do this, now I've burnt myself out and like I can't go any faster. So man, it's awesome. And then remember, Jaden, remember when we did this? We were kind of palm muting and putting our fingers here to like gain control so we weren't hovering over the strings. It's the same idea, because if I started a palm mute and I do this, like right now I'm palm muting. But that's just my start. I could get there, know that that's my placement, and then just lift it up a little bit. But I'm still able to use that as my stabilizer to get fast. So that exercise is super crazy. The exercise is, well, let me show you another one, and then I'm going to show you this one. So when you're doing these too, right? Just your 1, 2, 3, 4s. If you do, I want you to look down at your hand, at your right hand, and I don't want you to move further than the thickness of the string. I mean, it's impossible. You're going to have to like go below the string. But watch this. Like, watch how much my hand's moving, my pick, if you can really control it. And I want you to barely make any sound. Yep, you're going to gain like so much control over that. Right. So doing those exercises is going to help at first because you don't want to move your hand that far away. Like if I do this, like Jaden, check this out. If I'm doing this and I'm going like just as far as the string to pick it, if I double the motion, it literally causes half the speed. You know what I mean? It's like if you were to run 10 feet and back or 20 feet and back. It's the same idea. So you want to cut that down as much as you possibly can, and we're going to have to start doing that by playing. You barely when you do that exercise. Actually, it's a great warm up too. Is just to barely even hear it. You could barely even hear that. It's going to be that light at first. Now, the exercise that I was doing was this one.